guys, welcome to Herby's Reef. I just wanted to give a quick update today and tell you guys what we have found out. We had the trouble with the RTN of some of our acros recently, and we sent off an ICP test, and it came back, and I think it may have answered some of our questions. I think we won't be able to blame the vibrant for our problems because it showed that we have tin in our water, and it's pretty high. It's around 15, and I think the recommended is about 0.4. So the other good thing is we sent it off to ATI, and ATI checks your RODI water also, and it also has tin in it. So that has narrowed it down that I can be pretty sure that tin is coming out of my RODI water. I'm not positive that that's what caused my issues, but I talked to Randy on Reef to Reef, and he says that there's a good chance that that is my problems. He's the chemist there, and he's amazing. If you guys ever have questions, I don't know why he answers questions so well, because it doesn't matter what time I ask, what day I ask, he always gives me an answer. And goodness, I'm thankful for him because he's really helped my tank out over the time we've been running it. And what he suggested was that we look for sources of metal in the water. So like pumps that have exposed wiring, or a heater with exposed metal, something like that. And what I found was in the RODI container, I had a float valve that is made to shut the, I have two things that shuts the RODI water off when it makes. I have the barrel tender from a Vast Marine, and that has no metal on it. So that's what I'm going to go with now. I'm just going to switch to that barrel tender and not use a float valve. But also, just for redundancy, I put the float valve in, and that has a metal wing nut on it. And even though the wing nut doesn't go in the water, it gets condensation on it, and the condensation drips back in. So Randy thought that could very possibly be a reason that the water has tin in it. So we're going to do that. We're going to take that metal out, and I'm also going to switch my trash cans. I went cheap when I bought the trash cans, and instead of going with the Brute food grade trash cans, I went with just brand new, clean Rubbermaid, one Rubbermaid and one made by Tote. And it's been shown that the PVC in those products could release tin into the water. So I'm going to go ahead and change those out as well. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to add some metal chelators to my water. There's a product, it's kind of like GFO. You let it run in your sump in a high flow area. And there's one called Metalsorb by Two Little Fishies, and there's also a Cupazorb thing that's made for absorbing copper, really. But people have had really good success when they've had high tin using these products, and it's run the tin back down to normal. So I'm going to show you real quick that float valve, just what I think is probably the source of my problems, and I'll come back on the video when I'm in the room that has that in it. Okay, here we are in my fish room, and I've shown this before, but in case you haven't watched my video on my auto water changer, the way I have this set up is I have this trash can, my RODI system's right here. I have brand new DI cartridges in this, so I know that chances are the DI is not the problem, even though that ATI suggested ATI, the place that did the ICP test, they suggested that I change my DI out, but these are brand new, and this is a SpectraPure system, so they're pretty pricey. The two DI cartridges are close to $100. So I feel pretty confident that that's not the source of my problems. Just to be extra safe, I ordered from BRS an extra carbon block, so I'm going to put 2 carbon blocks in here, and then I ordered a mixed resin DI cartridge that I'm going to put at the end of this system, so that way it's a color changing one. That way, just in case anything's getting through the 2 SpectraPure filters, it'll start changing the color on that other one, and I'll know it. Probably not necessary, probably way overkill, because this is a top of the line RODI system, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then we've got this, this is the system, that my barrel tender, and what it does is it starts making RODI water when it gets to the bottom of this trash can. So it's got the 2 lines here, and the long one, the short one lets it know when it's made enough water to stop making water, and then the long line tells it when the water's at the bottom of the trash can. That way it's not constantly making water every time the float valve floated up. But in addition to that, I also, before I had this float valve here on the side of the tank, right there, and that way if this barrel tender failed, it would push the float valve up, and then it would stop making water. So that's never happened that this has failed for me. but just in case I had this on there. But you can see that it's got this metal wing nut, and it's stainless steel, and supposedly, you know, it's made for RODI systems, but there are multiple threads where people said they've taken these out and their tin problem went away. So from now on, I guess if we're home, I'm going to leave this barrel tender on. And if we're off on vacation or we're going to be gone for any significant length of time, I'm just going to turn, that's the plug for the barrel tender, and I'll just turn the switch off. I've got it off right now because I'm going to switch these trash cans out as soon as my water's empty. But that's the other problem. I've got these 2 trash cans. After the water's made in here, I keep constant salt water in here for my auto water changer to use. And so I'm going to change, this is one of the totes containers. It's probably, I don't know that it's got tin in it any more than the other one because the chamber we checked it out of was from the RODI, not from this one. But these are not really food grade, so we're going to switch them to food grade just to be extra safe. And hopefully that will solve my issues with the tin. So tomorrow I get in one of my chelating agents, so we'll add that tomorrow. And later in the week I should get the other. So I'm probably going to run both for a little bit and just see if we can get the tin out of the water. I'll send another test to ATI in a couple of weeks and see if we've made any progress. So just so y'all know, I don't think it was the vibrant. I think it's probably the tin that caused my issues. Well, that's the update for the problems. We'll do another tank update soon. Until then, see you later.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget leave a like and subscribe. Bye!